Hello guys. Today I'm gonna give you a brief overview of the history of the Holy Roman Empire. I just decided to make this video. Why not? So in 476 CE, the Roman Empire was defeated. Why did you put Napoleon there? First of all, I don't know what the name is for. Okay, so in 476 CE, the empire collapsed, bringing on many other kingdoms like the Visigothic kingdom and the Frankish kingdom and many other Italian kingdoms and Cordoba and all that thing. Yeah, eastern part was not changed, but in the western part, the Germanic peoples were the enemies of the Roman Empire. The Frankish conquered those peoples, and the Frankish were part of those people. So those Germanic peoples were ruling for a long time. They existed for a long time. But in 500 CE, they didn't have so much land. Though in 768 CE, Charlemagne took the title of emperor, which made a big difference. Charlemagne wanted to bring more land to the empire. And by 800, it had so much land, it spread out all the way from the tip of France all the way close to Austria. And those Germanic peoples in France were ruling all across that land. Well, the Frankish Empire was a big empire until that was called the Caroline dynasty until it collapsed. The Holy Roman Empire was East Francia. The middle part was Middle Francia. And the other part was West Francia. The middle part was actually Italian states and the Netherlands and Burgundy. So the Holy Roman Empire had lots of wars with different countries, expanding its nation. In 1096, the Crusades began, starting the Holy Roman Empire put many troops on the borders. The siege of Jerusalem changed everything. Then the Crusades ended a long time later. The Holy Roman Empire was still up and strong, one of those big kingdoms, while the Frankish Empire has changed a lot. The Holy Roman Empire has expanded a lot from the tip of Germany all the way somewhere near Rome in Italy. That's a big one. But the Holy Roman Empire wasn't all that strong. The Holy Roman Empire was made of small little legions, which is kind of making it kind of complex since they're legions, since it's technically an empire, but it has regions, which makes it not an empire, but it's technically an empire. So it's kind of weird. In the 1400s, the medieval ages started ending, which created great news for all that. Yeah, the Holy Roman Empire came out strong. In 1517, a monk named Martin Luther wrote his 99 his 99 theses, which stated against the church. Well, it was put all over Holy Roman Empire. This started the Reformation, where the church started collapsing and more other groups started venturing in. In fact, Lutheranism is a kind of philosophy today. Now in the Holy Roman Empire, in the 16th century, it was looking pretty good, even though it had lots of enemies and lots of wars. In the 1700s, the Holy Roman Empire was in the middle of the 7 Years' War, which in the 30 Years' War, which made it kind of complex. 30 Years' War was all about religion. Yeah, and in the 18th century, it also had a 7 Years' War, where Prussia, a main state part of Holy Roman Empire, was fighting. The Holy Roman Empire was basically on the side of the United Kingdom, but it was actually conquered by France at the beginning. By the end of that century, France had the French Revolution, and that caused the Napoleonic France, which made a great impact on the Holy Roman Empire since it collapsed in 1703 thanks to the French who invaded it. And that's the end. Well, when we continue, the German Confederation was made, and then they finally united to the German Empire, or the Second Reich. The First Reich was the Holy Roman Empire, the basic one. And then after that, they had World War One, and then next Reich, then the Weimar Republic took over, and then the next Reich came over. And yeah. Thank you.